This statue is so egregious that there is already a plaque by Ryerson University talking about the genocidal acts of Egerton Ryerson, the way that he was instrumental in the creation and the design of the residential school system that brutalized generations of Indigenous people all across Turtle Island and Inuit Nunavut.
That was Cyrus Marcus Ware, one of the organizers of Black Lives Matter Toronto. The group spoke earlier today after 3 demonstrators were released by police. They were arrested for allegedly defacing statues of prominent Canadians, which the demonstrators deemed symbols of oppression. The CBC's Kelda Yoon has more from today's conference.
They said that the 3 protesters that were arrested, they were held, as I mentioned, for a very long time, for 17 hours. They were not given counsel. They were not able to seek counsel. So yesterday you could see scenes. We were here yesterday at 52 Division. There were a Black Lives Matter protester joined by many other people from the community demanding for those 3 protesters to be released. And that went on for a very, very long time. People were banging on the doors, banging on the windows, and they were saying that the protesters here, Black Lives Matter protesters, saying that they were very frustrated, that they simply were held for so long for no reason. Now, Toronto Police, on the other hand, they said that it was a choice. They said the 3 protesters that were arrested, they could have been released if they had just signed papers. And this actually, there was a bit of contradictory information coming from Toronto Police yesterday. Originally at about 5:30, they had released a statement saying that 2 of the 3 were released, and then later on that was retracted, or it was changed in another tweet saying that all 3 are still being held, and they won't be released until they sign some forms. So again, the protesters here today at this press conference saying that this just shows the dishonesty of the Toronto Police, their contradictory messages, and also they say that these statues that they threw paint over it. I mean, this is Egerton Ryerson, Sir John A. Macdonald, key architects of the residential school system, and they're symbols of racism, symbols of colonialism, and they're asking, why do the police care so much about these old statues and not as much about the black bodies, like the 3 protesters that were taken into custody? Here's what they had to say just moments ago.
Where are your Black solidarity statements now?
Yes. Where's your kneeling police chief?
Exactly. Yes. Where's your kneeling police chief? Justin Trudeau, where are you?
Yes.
Who are you? We've seen you. We know who you are. Police chiefs, 52, 55, 14, we see you. You proved our case yesterday. But it was against our bodies, again.
Well, Black Lives Matters, they said today, right here today, that they won't stop fighting until the 3 are released, the 3 protesters. I mean, the charges are dropped, that the charges are up. They have been released, as I just mentioned. Also, of course, they want these statues removed, but their ultimate goal, again, is for the police to be defunded, as I mentioned, by 50%, and ultimately for the police to be dismantled and abolished.